When I met President Ramaphosa, I proposed that. I said, if you have a problem with going with the EFF, please don't go with the DA. Go alone and constitute a minority government. Exactly what Gauteng did, but they did it after. It was before even Gauteng did it. I said to President Ramaphosa, we've got 40%. Mapantiti have got this percent. This one has got that percent. You put together those percentages, you are still at the right position to can make decisions, because we will not support the DA in Parliament. Even when we are in disagreement with you, we will not vote with the DA, we'll rather abstain. And if we abstain, you make it through in Parliament. So Ramaphosa didn't need the DA at all, but he decided to go with the DA. So at the center of this, I don't understand what Mbalula ate from who. Because the guy has changed. No one, the people who grew up with him, not a single person can identify the Mbalula who's speaking today, who's addressing us every week like a presenter of Pala FM. He's always pete, saying a lot of nothing. Every week, there's a week where he addressed us the whole week. The whole week. So, why is Mbalula defending GNU even more than the person who came with the GNU, Ramaphosa? I mean, Ramaphosa is very reasonable about it. Mbalula is not reasonable about it. You speak against it, you will get a letter. What are you saying? When you arrive there, Ramaphosa says, hey, what are you doing here? Say, no, I'm called here. Say, there's no explanation. No, you are a list man. I don't understand what this guy is talking about. He is more GNU more than the person who came. The person who came with this thing is Ramaphosa. Mbalula is the main man to date. He has overtaken the founder of the GNU. I'm very scared of that gem. It has changed the man. The man has changed completely. A sellout of note, always ready to destroy his own in defense of white supremacists. To an extent that Mbalula agrees to put his signature on that agreement, which is a sold-out agreement, sellout agreement. The historical account will be that Mbalula is the one who signed off our country back into the hands of white people. Ordinarily, such an agreement should be signed by a president. But Ramaphosa made a calculated move that I'm not going to go into this historic document, which is a sellout position. It was Mandela at Codesa who took de Klerk toe for toe. It was not Secretary General. It was Mandela and de Klerk like this. Today, when this is a complete sellout, they say, no, save the president, let this one come. Matriculous, let him come and sign what he doesn't know. And then Helen reminds him every day. But Mbalula, read. The problem is that you don't read. That is not what the agreement says. He's relying on verbal utterances. He has never read the thing. Yeah, now we're busy with that one. He's in the ethics there, where I sit. And these people can't be paid. Because if they get paid and they are unqualified, they themselves are getting themselves in trouble. Because once it is found that they were not qualified and not deserving of those salaries, they are going to be asked to pay back that money. And they are putting themselves into big trouble. Steinhazen must just know, Ijampile, Unarwa Mogola is not waking. He must leave it. But because he's a matriculant and he loves matriculants himself, he's so married to that idea of hiring unqualified people. So we're not going to sit back. We've told all of you that DA is led by mediocrity and is saved by white skin. Because they are white, you don't critique them the same you are critiquing us. Today, you made us the face of corruption. Mashaba tells you every day, no leader of the EFF came to me when I was a mayor to ask for a tender, but we are the face of corruption. And he says, Tony Leon came to my house to ask for a tender. So, but DA is not a face of corruption because it's white skin. DA survives through Swar Khafar. So they put my face to scare white people. They've made me a political ho-ho of white people. When white people are about to shift, they say, "Whoa," and then they run away. But we supported DA here and they were ready to receive our support under Mashaba. Why didn't they say, no, we can't take the support of people who are going to kill us, who are going to destroy white life? We even supported the illiterate in Ekuruleni madam, who was very scared to go to Tembisa of DA, that madam. Madam, why that time when we were voting for her, she didn't see Swar Khafar? It's not real. And white supremacists, racist supremacists are gullible. They get told lies and they believe those lies. And they want to behave like white people are generally smart. But they can't see this is a lie. They're just scaring us here. These guys have got nothing against white people. They are fighting for equality. Whereas we speak in English. They hear the message more than all of us. And then on Mamana Lady Shemai, you know, I was making a political engagement in that interview. It's a political speech. It's a political speak. And I raised her name, and she clarified those things, that she has never been involved in those things and all of that. And she wrote a letter to me to ask for instruction and all of that. And I said, look, it's a political engagement. I respect you so much, and I've accepted the explanation you have given, and I don't intend to pursue that line, because now there is more clarity on what really transpired. And I've sent that letter, and I don't want to engage with her in a public spect. It's one of the respectable former ministers of our country who's at the forefront of fighting the struggles for the total liberation of Palestine. Why do you want to go into confrontation with such a person? So I did not say that to want to negatively impact on her image or anything. I was engaged in a political engagement. And she came back and said, no, but you are wrong. I'm not involved in the way you are describing it. I don't know what you're talking about and all of that, and accepted that. And that's a political engagement. That's how it works. So political speech is protected by the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. And that speech is presented differently from how lectures are presented in lecture halls. So we can't, when we're engaged in political speech, always be threatening each other with letters. I've written back and I said, look, I don't want to fight with the minister. I engaged the way I engaged, and she engaged the way she engaged. I accept clarity, and I don't want to pursue that line of argument. So that's the end of it. If she wants to pursue it, that's her own issue, but I'm not